Collaboration with the Walden Woods Project made it possible to spend several years of intense exploration and discovery at Walden Pond and Walden Woods, resulting in the publication of Walden 150th Anniversary Illustrated Edition of the American Classic in 2004. An increased awareness, enjoyment, and appreciation of Thoreau's writings eventually led me to Cape Cod, and that's where this story begins. Henry David Thoreau's Cape Cod is a wonderfully written, surprisingly funny account of 19th century life on the Cape, well before it became a major tourist attraction. To this day, many people consider it to be the best book ever written about Cape Cod.
Good morning, sunshine.
Inspired by the spirit of Thoreau, and with the challenge to illustrate a new edition of his classic Cape Cod, I set out to engulf myself in Cape Cod the place, and to create images that would add dimension to Thoreau's wonderful words. At times, I found Thoreau's written descriptions of places in the book so powerful that I was compelled to seek them out, such as the Truro Shipwreck Monument and Cohasset Rocks. It was artistic serendipity that on the one day I visited Cohasset, hurricane-force winds were ripping through the area. How fitting. For the most part, I simply explored and drew inspiration from the same areas that Thoreau roamed, and typically placed artistic considerations first and foremost when creating my photographs. Thoreau had John Newcomb, his Wellfleet oysterman. I had Walter Durrell, my Wellfleet artist, and the good fortune to meet many other wonderful and interesting people along the way. For his book, Thoreau spent about 3 weeks in Cape Cod on 3 trips over a 6-year period. I spent about 6 weeks on 7 trips over a 16-month period. I did my daily homework to help determine the best places to be at certain times to take advantage of light, tides, weather, and more, and I went out and photographed. Weather has always played a big role on the Cape. Thoreau wrote extensively about it, its effects, and its consequences. I wanted to experience it, not just in the months that Thoreau did, but in all seasons. Cape weather can be wonderfully conducive to creating great photographs, and it can just as easily be wickedly brutal and detrimental to the efforts.
Getting pelted with sleet right now. Oh, it hurts. It's cold. It's still raining. It rained all night. Supposed to rain all day. Rained all day yesterday almost. All day the day before. It's just a mess.
There's something about rising up to the challenges presented by weather conditions on the Cape that make particular photographs even more memorable and rewarding, like my winter storm photographs taken in January of 2006. Conventional wisdom says the summer to early fall months are the time to go, and that's hard to argue with, but for a completely different experience, I highly recommend experiencing Cape Cod in the winter and spring as well. You certainly won't have to worry about the crowds.
For the record, it is wicked windy up here.
The creation of Cape Cod National Seashore in 1961 made it possible to have a Cape Cod adventure today similar in many ways to Thoreau's. One can walk for miles and miles on the ocean sidewalk, as Thoreau described the Great Beach, and not see a single person or house. We're very fortunate to have natural areas like this set aside, places where an individual can get away and experience a little wildness. Today's Outer Cape experience would not be possible without the National Seashore and ongoing conservation efforts. Individuals and nonprofit organizations like Friends of the Cape Cod National Seashore and the Walden Woods Project are to be commended and supported in their efforts to help preserve our country's special places. Creating the photographs for Cape Cod Illustrated edition of the American Classic was truly a labor of love and extremely rewarding. For greatest benefit, I highly recommend reading the book from cover to cover and enjoying the photographs in context with Thoreau's wonderful text. I think you'll like the combination. But the story doesn't end here. The end of this Cape Cod story is really the beginning of a new one. Inspired by Thoreau and the place itself, I've embarked on a new journey and adventure in the Maine woods, a great expanse of land with a storied past and immense opportunity for the future. But that's the story for another day. In the meantime, I leave you in the Maine woods.